Hello YouTube, in this tutorial we're gonna talk about returns from functions. So that basically means we will have some results that we wanna fire into external world so other commands and other functions can use that thing for something. I don't know what that is, but you'll probably create over time really big scripts, really big programs, and you will use a result of one function into many places for different results. Okay, so this is theoretical background, so let's do that into practice. So here we are doing addition, so let's put result of addition of these two numbers into add, or use something else here like result or operation, it's totally up to you. And we'll get there with x plus y, but now we don't want to print that thing inside. Okay, we want to do nothing with that inside. We want to fire that into external world with return add. So the moment when you type return, this thing, which is basically this thing, will be available to any other piece of code inside of your script. Okay, so let me fix this. And some people say, well, that's fine, that's excellent. So now when I run this script again, I will get the same result. But is it so? Check this out, no results. Yes, we are calling function, but we need to put result of this operation, of this function, into something that we can use later. So either you can use that directly with alert or document write, or you can put that into a variable. So you want to do that, you want to do something on that variable. So simplest possible case is use document.write, and now this whole thing will be parameter for this function. So don't forget one more time to type brackets, because these brackets here, they are dedicated for this function, and these brackets inside are dedicated for that function. So now this thing is available to that thing. Okay, so save and refresh, and there you go, you have your result. But it's a kind of ugly because you don't know what this number represents. Fine, let's have a custom report like custom stuff or just custom, and let's concatenate that with result of this function, and that thing is available to us because this function is firing this thing, this add, all over the place. So if you want to think about this in a way of meta programming, it is the same thing as you are using this. Okay, so this thing goes here. Of course, it's not that simple. This thing needs to be result of dynamic stuff, because over time you will put different things here. So I'm just here using this terminology to make things easier to understand. Okay, so think about that this goes here, but of course you need to use actual functions with some different dynamic parameters over time. So addition like 100 and I don't know 0.005, and save, and there you go, you have your result. Some people will say, well, not a big deal, but what if you want to have multiple lines that will use result of this function through this thing? Well, let me just copy paste that a couple of times and you will see what I'm talking about. And let's change this custom stuff to something else, like else, or down there like stuff. These things are totally not important and generic, and they basically represent all your big reports that you are going to learn how to create over time. So yes, I'm using just here single word, but just imagine that we are talking about dozens of line of source, dozens of line of pure strings, and so on. So this is just simplification. Okay, now your results and your script can be really big, but they will just use this piece here to make it complete. Okay, so save and refresh, and there you go. We have everything on one line because I'm not using concatenation. Sorry, breaks here, vertical breaks, but that's not important because you already know this. Okay, you can do this if you are practicing. And sure, I can automatically sorry, I can automatically transfer this to alert, so no problem, the thing will work. So just imagine that these things, alert and document writes, are some really complicated functions that will use pieces of this function, of result of this operation through add, okay, which is fired into external world all over the place. So, yep, there you go. We have one alert from here, we have another alert from here, and then we have else at the end. Why at the end and here is in the middle? Well, because alerts do have priority in your general script if you don't connect them to some HTML button or link or something like that. So generally alerts do have priority, and I talked about that in my first tutorials, couple of them, something like that. So I don't want to go to 15 minutes tutorial, and in next one we're gonna talk about how to get this thing into another function that can use it, or even we can create multiple functions that can use this thing from this function. Very cool stuff, very useful stuff. You will learn that over time through practice and through errors and repetition. Don't worry, you know, over time you will get everything. So thank you for watching. As always, thank you for support and subscription. See you next tutorial.